We are back with another war video today. And this is going to be War 1 of Season 55. Brand new season, same tactic though, it's Decay. I guess I'm checking my relics. We are using Kushala, Crossbones, and White Magneto today. White Magneto's just in there for pre-fights, of course. Well, I mean, he can do fights, but he's not doing any fights today for me. I have a 7-fight war. We're going to be going up Path 7 in Section 1, and then Path 4 in Section 2. So, I did place a White Magneto here. Originally, I wasn't bringing White Magneto, but I planned it incorrectly where two of us were covering one fight. So the other person cleared one of the fights on my path in Section 2, and so I was able to bring White Magneto, which kind of helped speed along for my fights. But I just threw it on here just to be safe. This is a Kingpin, though. I could have just not stunned him. Obviously, I would have been safe. But this fight's very straightforward. As long as he plays nice. Try and heavy punish to keep our Furies paused as much as possible. And then, yeah, we're going to go in. You don't want to throw a special here, as the special applies debuffs, and then I'll shrug them, and then the damage reflection comes up, and obviously you don't want to deal with any of that. And then obviously I want to do special ones only, as I do not want to deal with the unstoppable. Here, trying to bait this out. I probably could have just went for the kill. I do decide to go for the kill with the relic. So, minute fight, a little slow, but nice and easy. Moving on to our next fight. We have Deathless King Groot here. He is tactic, which I forgot. I think for some reason I thought a lot of the Deathless champs were just Decay, not Decay and Sugar Pill. So this placement's pretty good. He's able to shrug debuffs, obviously, while he has his Furies. And so what I end up doing is, you don't really want to use a tactic champ because of that, because obviously you're going to keep applying withers and he's going to keep shrugging them, and then the damage reflection's there. So we decided to go with Kushala. I'm trying to not trigger decks while baiting out his specials. And of course I do. So we're going to tap him. I see the Unstoppable. I knew the Unstoppable had a chance of coming up. But you basically reapply the placebos to you anytime he hits, or anytime you hit him or he hits you. But I kind of missed my window there with the Furies. Then I decided to be bad and eat a combo. And one thing I wasn't doing at the beginning is I should just be pairing here after the Furies go on cooldown, since he can't shrug debuffs without those. We throw our first special 3. And this is going to get the damage rolling. But basically we can throw our special attacks during when he has the heal up only. We do not want to throw any specials while he has the Fury, because the Furies have a chance to will shrug the debuffs, and obviously with Kushala's specials, I have a high sig one, so there's a chance that they're gonna be passive, but no guarantee. So I don't want to risk that. So here we're just trying to wait out the Furies. Here they come dropping off. We could throw another special 3. And then I think this should do a good chunk. And the degens do decent damage. And then I think we're going to throw one more. Yeah, here comes the special one finally. And obviously that's going to melt him. So, yeah. Slow fight. And definitely could have been much cleaner. But yeah, we got out of there. We didn't die. And we're going to make our way to the next fight, which is the main reason I brought Kushala, which is going to be Dust on her placement that she'll forever be placed on, it feels like. Node 31, the second fight of Path 4. So the typical options you see here, Silk, who's obviously banned. Ironheart is another good option. It didn't really make sense for her to come in, and then Kushala is the other one. You can also use Lady Deathstrike, but I would say those are the top 3. I've never done Kushala versus Dust here in season. I did practice once this off season, and it went really well. So I felt pretty confident going in. Basically, for this fight, you just need to make sure you always have your blue spell up. So to get your blue spell, you just need to parry. So you cannot let all three of those drop off. As you can see, Dust is now unblockable. As long as I have a blue spell, I can parry or block unblockable attacks. So that is the whole part of this fight. As long as you do a good job maintaining that, you're good. I try and also, obviously, you want to play around Power Sting as much as possible. I do a pretty good job of it here. As you can see, I'm making sure I throw my specials right after. Throwing the special ones remove the dust from you, as any incinerate removes them. I go for some intercept sometimes. We're going to parry heavy here. Again, we're at 29 hits. So I know the next one will remove the Power Sting. Then I can throw my special one again, which is what we do. And we're doing a good job maintaining the blue spell as well. As you can see, just got to make a conscious effort to make sure you are parrying relatively frequently. Here we're going to do an intercept. We're at 40 hits, no Power Sting. Throw one more, and that's the fight. So really clean fight. Extremely happy with how that went. And yeah, that was that. We'll make our way to our next set of fights. From here on out, we have all crossbones. Yeah. So, Node 41, Spider Ham. This should be pretty easy. Even if you do get rooted, there's a good chance that crossbones will shrug the said debuff. The one thing that can get scary is if you eat the bubble shield. If you don't play around it well and he throws a special 2 into your face, it will hurt, obviously, a lot. So that's the main thing. I also just want to make sure I throw my special ones when I got him, because I do not want him building spider charges, even though I should be able to kind of prevent his evade, but just better to be safe. So here we're trying to bait out a special one. Obviously I can heavy punish, but I know if I heavy punish I would get over a bar of power, and I don't want to dance around with a bunch of power. Here we get trigger overrun again. We're up around 10. Here, relic, and fight goes down. So really fast fight, went perfect. Yeah, really happy with that one. Next up, we have a void on node 45. I've done this before. It's been a while. Obviously, you'd like Crossbones to fight a hero champ on one of these nodes, not a villain, but he does really well at shrugging the debuffs. We're going to place the White Magneto just to make sure this fight's even easier. And then I try and trigger overrun at the start for this fight, mainly just because I want to have the Fury so I don't get too many debuffs on me and I don't just start getting melted by Void, obviously. And then I'm going to use a combat regen here because I want to heal up any initial damage at the beginning. But with the debuffs, we're still going to stack plenty of Furies, so it shouldn't be an issue. And Void does have a big health pool, but it's not super big. Then in terms of baiting special 1s or special 2s, either one works for me. I'm going to try and pause my Furies every now and then whenever I can. And I'm going to throw special 1s only, as this has Conflictor, but also Void is obviously Incinerate immune. I could go special 3, but there shouldn't be any reason I really need to. We're doing a good job keeping our Furies nice and high. Bait this last special 2. I try and go for a light intercept. We're going to finish this fight out, though. We had 12 Furies, so yeah. Really well played. And yeah, fight went down super fast. These next two fights, oh my gosh, this arcade. So originally we were going to send Medusa here because she has the true accuracy from the special 1 once you apply the armor break, or armor shatter, I'm sorry. But I wanted to clear my fights, and I realized after looking at the map that this was a rank 2 arcade. We debated sending my Crossbones there anyway, and since it was only rank 2 arcade, I figured this is fine. I think ideally you'd want Vox here, but we didn't really have a spot for him. But maybe we make it happen next time. This fight goes, I mean, I don't die, but spoiler, but it is extremely long and painful. So obviously for this node, you don't want to bait a special 2, as you will likely, as it'll be unblockable. I cannot dex his special 2 fully. Maybe other people can. The part that I didn't know, and I saw a video recently of this, you can kind of dash in after that first drop down to keep yourself close. I probably should have done that. I probably will do that next time I fight Arcade, although I hope I don't fight him too much. But obviously, you want to make sure you manage his coins. To do that, you got to knock him down with specials or special ones, or specials or heavy attacks. But yeah, my dexing of his special one is obviously not the most consistent thing in the world. But we're doing okay here. Obviously, this has aspect of evolution though, so things just slow down as the fight drags on. And yeah, that's going to be the case here. And my special one dex there was bad. But yeah, I mean, Arcade hits pretty weak still. There was some massive lag that threw me off for that dex. But yeah, I mean, this fight just sucks. So yeah, I don't know if there's much else to say. I just keep knocking him down because I'm worried about the coins. I'm throwing special ones. He's incinerate immune versus I don't. One of his immunities incinerate. I know his immunities kind of are odd, but here we're just trying to wait out, get out special ones again. We're gonna eat another special one. This is terrible. There we dex it. All right, there we go. But yeah, this fight is painful. Here we go, trigger our overrun again. We have 4 Furies. I think I'm gonna go for it here because I'm done with this fight. So we're just pushing, and he goes down for the special one, thankfully. But yeah, that fight was awful. 2.5 minutes, and then I try and rush over to get to my Photon fight after healing up real quick, of course. And then our invul's gonna drop. Then I'm gonna have to re-invul for this fight. So yeah, yeah, burning 3 invuls, war 1, terrible. But this Photon here, I've taken this fight 1,000 times. But yeah, this is common placement for Photon. I think I've covered it every time for RBG. Very comfortable with this fight. I think I do make one tiny mistake here. So it does feel, every time I do this fight, I feel like it's unnecessary to use the invul, because half the time I don't even get hit once. Or not half the time. Most of the time I don't get hit at all. But of course, if I don't place it, I'm sure I will get eat a special 3 or something and die. So just better to be safe. It's very easy to heavy punish her special or her heavy attacks. Between baiting her special 1 or special 2 doesn't matter to me. The special 2's a bit nice because you don't get any extra debuffs applied to you, and the special 1 always applies 1. The good thing about the special 1 though is that it's easy to trigger overrun during it while still being able to punish it. So there's some pros and cons of each. There I was just a second late to pause all my Furies. Here she's going down. I think I trigger overrun during this special 2. I'm early on the dex out of there, so that's the one time I got clipped, but this fight's over obviously. So down goes Photon. So pretty decent war. I wouldn't say amazing. But yeah, no deaths. Important thing. BG1 went deathless, so we did get a donut for first war of the season for BG1. So really happy and proud of our BG. And then as an alliance, we won this war very comfortably. We had 4 deaths. They still are not done, and they were dying. Yeah, this was not, I wouldn't say this is a very fair matchup. We would expect to beat J win. But yeah, so good start to the season for us. Win War 1, so we'll see how we continue throughout the season. That's going to do it for this video, though. Thank you for watching.